Have you ever felt like you're your own worst enemy? Well, we're about to dig into a really powerful idea that there are two hidden forces right inside your own mind that are quietly holding you back. Let's get right into it. So, let me just start by asking you this, and it's a big one. Is it even possible that your own brain, the one thing you're supposed to be able to trust, is actually working against you? The short answer is yeah. It absolutely is. And this internal sabotage really comes down to two main culprits that work together: your ego and your blind spots. We're going to break down exactly what they are and, more importantly, how they operate. But first, and this is super important, you have to understand that this is not some kind of personal flaw. It isn't a sign that you're weak. It's actually a basic feature of how our emotional brain is wired. It's a survival tool that, honestly, in our modern world, can sometimes do a lot more harm than good. So, how does this whole sabotage thing actually play out? Well, it all starts with barrier number one, your ego. And let's be super clear here. We are not talking about being arrogant or conceited. For this, I want you to think of your ego as your mind's personal bodyguard. So the ego's number one job, its entire mission, is to protect your self-image, that idea you have of who you are. It's this incredibly powerful defense mechanism. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. It will protect that image even if it means bending reality and hiding the truth from you. So what does that actually look like? Well, have you ever been in a situation where something went wrong and your gut reaction was to blame someone else? Yep, that's your ego. Or what about when your boss gives you some genuinely helpful feedback and you just feel that wall go up, you get defensive, you want to argue? That's your ego protecting you from the idea that you might not be perfect. Or refusing to ask for help because it might make you look weak. Or, my favorite, defending a decision you know was bad just because you can't stand to admit you were wrong. That is all your ego in full-on protection mode. Okay, so if your ego is the bodyguard and it's building this big defensive wall around you, what's happening in the shadow that wall creates? Well, that takes us straight to the second barrier, your blind spots. Blind spots are not just random things you don't know. They are the things you cannot see, specifically because your ego is working overtime to hide them from you. They're the direct result of your ego's defenses. If the ego is protecting your self-image, the blind spot is the part of the map that's been conveniently left blank. And what do these blind spots feel like in real life? Think about an argument that you seem to have over and over again with the same person. A blind spot could be your total inability to see how you contribute to that fight. Or how about always underestimating how long a project will take and then you're scrambling at the last minute? That's a blind spot. And maybe the biggest one of all, saying something that deeply offends someone and being completely genuinely shocked by their reaction. That is a massive blind spot about how your actions land with other people. So this all leads to what we can call the sabotage sequence. It's a simple three-step cycle that happens all the time, under the radar. First, your brain senses a threat to your self-image, maybe some criticism or a mistake. Instantly, step two, your ego throws up that defensive wall to block the pain. And then, step three, right there, in the shadow of that wall, a blind spot is created. It's a powerful and constant loop. Okay, so we've got this defensive ego creating these invisible blind spots. I know, it sounds like a trap that's impossible to get out of, but it's not. There is a way to start seeing things more clearly, and it all begins with one single, powerful first step. And here it is. This is really the heart of the whole idea. You don't go to war with your ego. You don't try to just power through your blind spots. The very first, and honestly the most critical step, is just awareness. It's just seeing the barrier. It's a simple act of acknowledging, okay, this is here. This is a thing that's happening inside me. Seriously, seeing your ego in action or looking for your own blind spots isn't weak. It's actually the ultimate sign of strength. It takes real courage to just admit, hey, maybe I don't see the whole picture. Maybe my own brain is trying to protect me in a way that's actually holding me back. That right there, that's where all the real growth begins. So I want to leave you with one final thought to really chew on. One last question. Knowing now that your ego's job is to hide things from you, what might you, right now, be choosing not to see?